heal you and release you when you can talk about it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. A lot of us suppress the things that have happened to us and it paralyzes us. But actually being able to get it out and then being able to help others is really freeing.
Right, right. Yes, I completely agree with that. So, just to touch base, sorry that we had some sound muted on the Facebook, but that's okay. We're back.
Okay.
So, Angela was talking about her, incredible, powerful presence that she's been putting out there into the world because of some things that happened to her and a shift in her mindset and what her book's about in regards to and I think that that's awesome
Mhm.
that you're now teaching the importance and why we should not look at sex in a negative way but in a
Mhm.
positive way,
Mhm.
and you're teaching on the health at
Yep.
so so that is just incredible with what you went through
Mhm.
and what your book expresses and talks about, and for you to now be that person now that tells people, look, it's okay.
Mhm.
It's okay to have sex.
Yes.
And it's okay if you've had any kind of past trauma
Mhm.
with sexual experience because
Yes.
that's in your past.
Yep.
And we're living in our present now.
Yep.
And there are ways to start being able to enjoy it again.
Absolutely, 100%.
Right?
But you gotta talk about it,
You
you know what I
do.
mean? But, and it's hard finding someone that you trust to be able to share what you've gone through, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
depending on the age that it happened, depending on who the offender was or offenders were, like,
Yes.
it affects you in so many different ways, but I tell you, I have never felt stronger. I've never felt more powerful. I mean, I legit say I feel like Superwoman. Like, this career has been like, my background, I'm a retired recording artist
Yes.
and I absolutely love that. My passion is definitely music and songwriting and things like that. But I thought that I was living in my power then.
Right.
It's always been about empowering women. It's just a different thing, just a different vehicle now. But it's like,
Yes.
man, just stepping into this, I feel unfuckwithable.
I love it. I love it. I'm gonna start using that word. I'm fuckable.
I do. Yep. I
Yes.
do.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
when would you say the power like when would you say that shift occurred, and what got it, was it getting started in pure romance or
Well, I definitely wouldn't say that it was right when I got started because I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I had
Mhm.
no idea what I was joining. So, what had happened, I had gone through a divorce. I'd been married for 16 years and I'd gone through a divorce. I was doing the music and the divorce was so bad. Like, and I talk about this as well when I do my parties is that as a woman, when you actually make a decision, a choice for yourself, for your own well being and being healthy, I'm a mom of five and you decide to leave a relationship that no longer serves you or maybe didn't serve you for a very long time, we're very harshly judged as women.
right.
The same does not hold true for men. I mean, they can leave women, they can, they can cheat on women, they can do all these things and they're still loved and embraced and all that. But let a woman do it
Oh yeah.
and we're every Jezebel, just oh my gosh, we're not a good mom, how
Mhm.
dare us break up the family? Like I went through all these things that literally broke my soul. Like as strong as I feel that I am, I had thoughts of, I had suicidal ideations,
Mhm.
all the things. I had so many people to turn, their back on me. So, I had, after living this glamorous life, traveling the world, doing the music and having all this freedom, now here I am, a single mom, and then I've got to go get a job.
Right.
And I was like, I mean, as a mom, you do
Yeah.
whatever you got to do to
Yes, you
take care
do.
of your kids.
That's
But
right.
I did not want to go back into the workforce. It was just like, oh my gosh. Like, I'll never forget. I had training and like, I didn't make it through the first week, Diana. Like, I was in the stairwell
Oh.
crying, like, this can't be my life. Like, something's got to give. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I did that for 2 years. And then I had my son, who's now 9 years old. And I was like, I was 42.
Yeah.
I'm 50 now. And I was like,
Which
there's
she does not look 50. Those of you that cannot see her, she does not look 50, okay? I am just saying.
oh, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
I was just like, what can I do?
Right.
At 42. And that's why I say it's never too late to be who or what you might have been. I was like, how can I reinvent myself at 42?
Yeah.
I had done all the things. I've been in telemarketing, I'd done direct sales, I'd done all these things. And I just happened to be on Instagram one day. And ironically, the woman that was my fitness instructor back when I was doing music, she got me in shape for tour and all that stuff. She was
Yeah.
on Instagram just talking about, being, her wonderful life. And I was just like, what is she doing? Because when we worked together, we both were in the beginning, part of our careers, and we were struggling, just trying to make it happen. And I just went and stalked her Facebook, and I saw all these glamorous photos, and she's traveling the world, beautiful home, and all these things. And I'm like, what is she doing? Like, she stole my life. Like, what is this? And I called her up and she told me what she was doing. I had no idea what Pure Romance is, which I am
Right.
an independent consultant for them. But I was just like, whatever it is, like, it's working for you. And if
Yeah.
it's working for you, I know I can make it work for me. So where do I sign up? What do I do? I had no idea what I was going to be doing. And I just like went online. I bought a kit. I didn't even have the money to buy a kit. I borrowed it from my 16-year-old son who was working at Six Flags. I was like, let me use your debit card. Like, you don't need the money. I'm paying for your life. You're using it to buy tennis shoes. Who cares?
Right.
And I bought this kit not even knowing what it all meant. I just thought, I don't know, Mary Kay, Avon, I'd give people a book and they'd buy some products. I had no idea what these products were about. When I went to the website, like, Diana, I'm not at all a conservative girl. Never have
Right.
been. But I was mortified. I was like, what is this? Because my music career, I've done everything from R&B,
Yeah.
rap, and gospel and Christian music. So my
Yes.
last stint was Christian music.
Uh-huh.
And the church is very judgmental and they really make you feel bad about sex, although there's
Yes.
a lot of sex happening in the church.
I know, right?
Yep, a lot of
Yes.
it, you know
That's
what I mean?
ridiculous. Come on now, guys. Let's get with it.
Yes,
Sex is okay.
it's okay.
There's nothing wrong with sex.
Nothing. And I mean, God created it, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? So, I was just, I didn't know what I was doing, but I just was like, I got to do something.
Right.
And it turned into this beautiful thing. So it was something that happened, I would say maybe after the first year, I understood that it was real. Like, this profession was a thing. It wasn't a gimmick. It wasn't, like we're out here taking people's money or anything like that. It was, I saw women's lives being changed,
Mhm.
not just emotionally, mentally, but financially. Like, these women have stories, girly. I mean, they're like women that have come out of abusive relationships, women that had attempted suicide or, had lost their children or have sick or, disabled children. I mean, it just so many things,
Yeah.
so many facets to what I do. And just this whole community of women, has really empowered me. So it's just been transformational. It's been amazing.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so the book really digs deep into what you went through, right? And then
Mhm.
it talks a lot about what you're talking with me about, but probably a little bit more in depth, I'm sure, right?
Mhm, mhm. Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to get her book, I highly recommend it. I'm going to be reading it
Yes,
because I
yes.
have not yet. So, I mean, I'm feeling bad. I'm like, what?
And it is
I
a
need to read it.
page turner too. Like,
Yes.
I always tell people I wrote this book with a non-reader in mind. Because
Okay.
people are so busy and
Yeah.
if you're not a reader, it's hard to pick up a book and read it.
Yeah.
But this is like you won't be able to put it down. Like,
Oh, okay.
legit people that have gotten this book are like they read it in one day.
Oh,
They didn't
wow.
want to put it down.
Okay.
So definitely, and if you're not a reader or you don't have time, it's on Audible as well.
Yes.
It's called Who Are You?
Yes.
Tales of a Survivor. So you can get it, if you want, if for those that are listening or watching, if you want an autograph copy, I can, give you a link that you can actually get it directly from me, or you can get it on any retailer where books are sold online. Anywhere.
I'll be like, girl, meet me for lunch. I'm going to bring my book.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yes, yes.
So okay, let's go a little bit more into Pure Romance. So that really, really shifted your life, I
Yeah.
feel, in so many different ways. And I
Yes.
mean, music was, I mean, I can't even imagine. I love singing.
Mhm.
I
Yep.
got my own little band. We trying to get some
Yes.
gigs and
I
stuff like
love
that, which
it.
is great, right?
Yes.
But you actually were there. You were touring. You
Yes.
had, and then from to go to that to Pure Romance.
Yes.
I mean, that's a big step. I feel like,
Mhm.
you know.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I don't ever really feel like I was totally accepted by even my own people, like women that look like me, until I got into this business. Like, I feel like throughout this journey, it's helped to validate me. And everybody wants to feel validated, whether they
Yeah.
admit it or not. Everyone wants to feel loved. They want to feel appreciated. They want to feel validated. And I always just felt like I was never good enough. I didn't have a great relationship with my mom.
Yeah.
We now have a great relationship, but we didn't for many, many years. And I just never felt like I could ever live up to what she wanted because she doesn't have an entrepreneurial spirit. She
Right.
is straight up and down 9 to 5, get that pension, you know what I mean, and retire well, which she did. But my father is the entrepreneur, and that it's in me just through and through. So I've never been like the longest I held a job was 6 years, and that was in the Recording Industry Association of America. And I just probably just halfway went to work anyway. So I never enjoyed that life.
No,
But
I get it.
being with this community of women in pure romance, and so whether it was women that I worked alongside, or if it was women that I was pouring into at my parties or when I do my private consultations, I really felt like I mattered. That my life mattered, my story mattered. They trusted what it was that I was teaching them, telling them. And so, there's a saying, my good friend Heather Pillow, who's also a consultant, said something that I live by this. It's so true. She says that when we do our parties where we empower, educate, and entertain women, showing our products, playing games and stuff like that, those things feed our family.
Yep.
But empowering women feeds your soul. And it
Absolutely.
does, man.
That's
It's amazing.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Hmm.
And there's so many great, you know, there's so many great educational moments throughout that. I've been to many,
Yes, 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 yes.
or I've had some,
Yep.
which I need to do another one eventually at some point. We're gonna
Yes.
have to talk about that.
Yes.
But it's so much fun, and
Yeah.
it and the educational purposes of it,
Yeah.
because I don't think us as women, we don't see, not, and I can't speak for everyone.
Mhm.
I'm a little bit of a different breed. You kind of already know that about me.
Yes.
But I know that there are many women and many of my friends that have, struggled with being able to have that kind of sexual, what am I trying? I know you're trying, you've
Being open,
yeah,
being
being
yeah.
open.
Mhm.
Yes, being
Yeah.
sexually open
Mhm.
and being open to trying new
New things.
things
Yep.
and spicing up the bedroom and
Yep.
spicing up that relationship,
Mhm.
because whatever, if you're in a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever
Yep.
relationship you're in, that doesn't matter. All these products are going to be a great opportunity for you to be able to do that
Yes,
and
100%.
feel sexy.
Yes, and feel sexy. That's just basic. And we should feel that way from the moment that we wake up. And, Diana, basic anatomy
Yeah.
and knowing your body, not even just the actual sexual experience or intercourse, but just basic health about your body. And it's mental too,
Yes.
which the world is starting to get now and understand that your mental health is tied to your sexual health.
Yes.
And for many, many years, people didn't know it. They didn't talk about it. But I tell you, I have to give a shout out to Patty Brisbane, who is the founder of Pure Romance, because what she has done for women all across the world is incredible. Because, I mean, her journey was not easy. Pure Romance has been around 30 years.
Yeah.
So you talk about this woman that is empowering these, women back then who were all housewives. They weren't making their own money, so they pretty much just had to do whatever their husband said. And here this lady comes along and she's telling women, no, you stand up, for what you believe in. You own your pleasure. If it's not right, if it doesn't feel right, like learn your body, tell your partner what you want, what you like, what you don't want, what you
Right.
need. And people didn't like it. They picketed on her, in her yard. She has kids. So many things that they got ran out of neighborhoods just trying to.
Wow.
I mean, I just can't. This woman is a power. She's a powerhouse to have been
Yes.
able to endure, to start something like that, but to finish.
Yes,
Because a lot of
exactly.
people would have just given up and just quit and like, we're moms, so we're protective of our kids and like, no, 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 I don't want my kids to be affected by this. But no, she's a fighter
I love
and
it.
she's
I love
changed so
it.
many lives as a result of it.
Sounds like my kind of woman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She's amazing. She's amazing.
And that's what I love about Pure Romance too, is that it does bring a lot of you women together.
Mhm.
And there was a point in my life where I was about to join up with you.
Yeah.
That kind of shifted. My life went a little different
Yeah.
course.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
But I still think it's great. And
Yeah.
I love seeing you ladies out there. And I do have a joke, but I don't know if I should say it.
What do you got? Say it.
I sent you a text message. I was out with Chrissy. Remember, I was like,
Oh.
my dildo diller.
Oh, yes. Oh, that is so funny. Oh, yes. We made jokes about that all the time. I say, yeah, I
Yes.
got a PhD. PhD, sell pretty hot dildos.
Yes. Oh man. Oh man. I love it. I love it. I
Oh,
love it.
yeah, it's true.
But it's not just that though. There are so many other amazing products that you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
have now too
Oh,
that
yeah.
are out that are like I love that the spray, the
Oh, yes, the body
yes,
dew,
the
the body
body
spray,
dew.
yes. And that's the one message that we wanna make sure that we get across to everyone as well, because when they hear pure romance, the first thing they think about is, "Oh, you're the sex toy company. Oh, you have toys."
Mhm.
Well, we're first of all, we have maybe 30%, maybe 20, 30% toys. Everything else is bath and beauty,
Mhm.
gut health. We now have skincare. So when I talk to, women, or if I message women and then they say, "Oh, yeah, I'm not interested," or "I don't use those things." Legit say, "You don't use what? You don't bathe? Like, you
Right.
don't use lotion?" Like, come on. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yes.
and I even had somebody to say, "Diana, I tell you, I'm very protective of my business." You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I'm
Yeah,
very
I'm just gonna put
sensitive
so.
about it. And so I actually had someone say to me that they could not support, like, even though we sell lotions and things like that, they could not support and buy from me because we sell, sex toys. And I had to straight check them, like, Walmart sells sex toys. You don't buy lotion from Walmart? Like, how
Right.
judgmental is that? Like, are you kidding me? Like, you
Yeah.
can't buy a product from a company because they sell something else that you don't believe in. I mean, that's like saying that you don't do that you won't have a realtor or sell a house to someone because they're involved in something that you don't support.
Yeah.
Like, it's a business transaction. My
Mhm.
personal life, your personal life has nothing to do with that.
That's right.
It's just BS,
It
but
is.
it's a mindset. It is what the world, has
Mhm.
taught people that sex is a dirty word, and it's not.
Yep.
And using bedroom accessories, that people don't realize, like, there's so much that we could talk about in regards to that, but it's just like these things are helping relationships,
Yes.
because there are so many different facets and situations within people's relationships where you may have a male partner that maybe has ED, so he has erectile dysfunction. He
Mhm.
still loves and wants to please his partner. It's not a deal breaker for the partner, that he can't get an erection, but still they have wants, they have needs, they have desires. So what are other things that you can do to please your partner? So, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So we have products that can help with that, or just enhance, like, why not make sex better? Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. How can you make it good, or how can you make it better? How can you make it fantastic? Like you said, trying new things. So
Yes.
it's just, opening your mind and just getting rid of the stigma that's
Mhm.
been put on sex. I would say for women,
Oh,
because for
absolutely.
men, they've been able to do whatever and it's
Uh-huh.
acceptable, but it's women like, "Oh no, you do that?"
Right?
You know?
It's so weird too.
Yeah.
And women, I feel like we need to be more open to a
Yep.
lot of these different variations of things that you could be doing in the bedroom.
Yep.
Because honestly, like it makes you feel better about you.
Yes.
You know, if you can love you and love you in all the ways,
Yep.
that's going to make your life and everything else in your life that much better,
Yep.
because if you can love yourself, you can love other people more
Absolutely.
and maybe be less judgmental too. I'm just saying.
Yes, 100%, 100%, but I just think it goes back to control,
Yeah, it does.
you know?
It's society. Society and religion have definitely put this stigma on it,
Mhm.
but only two women.
Yep.
It really, that's so, those are
Oh, yeah.
facts. Only two
Yes.
women have they said, oh, you can't be like that.
Yep.
But then men want us to be,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
But
They're
then,
doing all the things behind closed doors,
yeah,
for sure.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
And,
crazy.
if you don't want your husband to watch porn, honey, become his porn.
Hello. Exactly, watch it with them,
Right, watch it with them.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you gotta be more open-minded, and I think, like, that's how us women need to, communicate more with each other about being more open-minded and being and empowering one another, which is what something you're doing
Yes.
hugely. I mean, I've heard so many amazing, incredible things of how you have been empowering other women,
Aw.
and it's phenomenal to me, and, it's an inspiration to me because I wanna be that person.
Aw.
I do. I wanna inspire other people and inspire women for
And you're doing
sure.
it through your show, for sure.
I feel like I am, yes.
Yeah, absolutely,
I feel like I
absolutely.
am.
But we're gonna be taking it to the television screen as well. So, I have a reality
Nice.
show that we're actually in the process of finishing up.
Yes. Oh, I wanna talk about that too,
Yeah,
yes.
it's great.
We'll have to
I'm
talk about that
super
a little bit
excited.
more when we go we're gonna be on break here in just a little bit, but
Yep.
I would love to hear more about that. You've got so many amazing, phenomenal things that you've done and that you're doing. Like, it
Yes.
never ended for you.
Nope.
So, which
It
is
just evolved.
yeah, exactly. It
Mhm.
just evolved,
Yep.
and it's great. It's great.
I love it.
So what things have you used or tools have you used to keep this positive mindset throughout all of the because it's hard.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever easy.
Yeah.
If it was easy, we wouldn't have challenges in our life.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about that.
It's just the powerful women that I've been around. There are women that have been in this business for as long as its conception. Its
Right.
inception. So, um, I think that's been it. I mean, Patty Brisbane, the founder of Pure Romance. I mean, she and I have a really beautiful relationship. We check on each other. I mean, she's come to Texas and taken myself and other leaders on my team out to dinner, like really gotten to know us. So being able to be partnered with her son, Chris Ciccanelli, who runs the company now, and just all the leaders in the business. Those have been the ladies that have helped to empower me, have given me that strength and acceptance. Like I said, I never really fully felt accepted. And here I have this melting pot of women. They come from every race and background and sexual orientation. And it just feels like love,
Yes,
which love conquers everything.
it does.
And that's all I've ever wanted, and I found my home with these ladies. It's been an amazing, amazing journey.
That's awesome. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh
Thank you.
man, I love that. I love that so much because you know a lot like instead of women tearing each other down because like okay look that's something else society has created
Yep.
right it has created us women tearing each other down either physically right
Yep.
or we've torn each other apart by like being judgmental like
Mhm.
what you've had to deal with and I
Yep.
know those other ladies have had to deal with it too I'm
Mhm.
sure
Yep.
because there is those stigmas right
Yep.
but then you've got these girls that are like jealous, they
Yep.
bring out the jealousy, like, oh, I'm jealous of this,
Yes.
instead of being jealous, you be a powerhouse,
Yep.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Ask that woman, be curious.
Yes. And that's the thing, like I said, growing up, it was like, and there's so much, like when it comes to race and things like that, that I was not privy to because I mean, I have no problem admitting that I feel like I'm a privileged black woman. I grew up middle class. I didn't grow up with racial tensions and things like that I was aware of.
Right.
But, I'm this light skinned black woman, that was always being attacked by my own, sisters, that look like me, but just darker skinned or whatever. So girls always wanted to fight me, like there was always this jealousy and envy. And I've always only been a light. And like I said, just
Yes.
fun, loving, all of that. But it was
Same.
just always, yeah, and I'm just like, I just didn't get it. And I just wanted to love people and I wanted people to love me.
That's right.
And so the thing that's been so freeing for me within this community is that I used to really care about what people thought about me. And
Mhm.
now I don't. Like it doesn't paralyze me. It doesn't make me feel less than. It's just like, hey, if I'm not your cup of tea, deuces,
Right.
like
Yep.
no skin off my back.
Exactly. I
Yep.
know plenty of other people that love and adore me. It's okay.
Absolutely. It's like your loss, not mine, honey.
That's
Cause
right.
yep,
That's right. Because I'm gonna
absolutely.
love you anyway.
Yep, 100%.
Yes.
Yep.
Haters make us famous. I'm just
Yes, they
saying.
do. Yeah, one of my friends is like, if you didn't get a couple haters today, you didn't do your job.
That's right. That's right. I love it. All right, guys. Hey, stay tuned. We're going to be talking about some more, talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about sex.
Woo!
Why have thousands of aspiring authors teamed up with Christian Faith Publishing to publish their book? Because Christian Faith Publishing is an author-friendly publisher who understands that your labor is more than just a book. We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process, professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the publishing industry. And as always, you will retain 100% of the rights to your book.
I was looking to find a company that I could trust, one that assisted in the editing process completely.
The most important qualities that I was looking for was a publisher who was honest and upfront, no hidden costs or fees, and owning the rights to my own work.
Christian Faith Publishing will publish, market, and sell your books in all major bookstores, online booksellers, as well as specialty Christian bookstores. Call for your free author submission kit.
800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. 800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleburne, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleburne, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
Hello. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Lady Diana with Positivity Toolbox with my special guest, Angela. We're so excited. We're going to talk some more about some sex, okay? Yes. All right. So Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County, Texas, and is live 24/7 on the TuneIn Radio Network. TuneInJoco.com is the place to find all the ways to listen and watch, and the station app is also available for free on Android and Apple devices. Simply search your store and check out our lineup and more at JocoCommunityRadio.com. This episode and more brought to you by Next Level Claims, making your insurance work for you. Reach out to your Texas sales rep at 844-839-4245. Again, that's 844-839-4245. Be sure to dress your arms and more at thetippy.com. All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's a little commercial.
Gotta pay the bills.
That's right. That's right. Yes. So where do we leave off? Oh my goodness.
We're starting to talk about the reality show.
Yes. I really want to hear more about this reality show. Mm-hmm. So what started the idea and the concept of like actually having a reality show? Is it to maybe help with some of that stigma in the society, religious kind of like negativity, judgmentalness that takes place?
Well, I think it's going to be a byproduct of that. So what happened was within Pure Romance, every year we have what's called a world conference. It's now called Global Summit, and we have like a national training. But of course, with COVID, everything shut down. We weren't doing anything in person. And then when the world started to open up a bit, we were like, oh, we can finally get together in person and things like that. But during COVID, we were doing everything online. So we still continue to do our parties, but we did Zoom parties. So we went from a $200 million company to a $400 million company during COVID.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, it's a lot of sex happening.
Because people were home. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. We were all home. We had to.
We were doing porch pickups and drop-offs and everything, And so it was great that we could still continue to work, but we also were able to really connect with people because they didn't have anything else to do.
Right.
And so they're sitting behind their television screens and things like that. So when we finally, the world opened up, we finally were going back to an in-person event. And when we showed up to that event, when I say we, meaning my team. So my team is called the Zealous Zebras. So shout out to the Zealous Zebras. And when we got there, Diana, we were like rock stars. Yeah. Like we got there and people were like, oh my gosh, it's the Zebras, it's Angela. And all the girls were like, oh my gosh, like people love us. Like we're famous. Like we're known for being a very positive team, very positive women, and you just, effervescent, vibrant, fun, loving, and all of that. So Pure Romance had really given me a platform to really showcase who I am and what I stand for, and the women that are alongside me on the team.
Yes.
So when I saw the impact that we had with these women who had never met us before, but they've been watching us on social media,
right?
I was like, if we have this type of impact and effect on people within our own community, this is something that we need to take to the world.
Absolutely.
Because it's helping women. You know what I mean? Again,
yes.
to feel validated, to feel loved, to feel important, because I always tell people everybody has something to give. Like your title doesn't matter more than somebody else's title or what like somebody else has something to give that's valuable.
That's right.
And so these women have always felt appreciated and validated by myself and my team. So I was thinking about the women that were there with me, the ones that were closest to me. And I was sitting in the hotel room and I'm just paying attention to our conversation and how we engage with one another. I said, this is a reality show. I was like, we
Yes.
need to like totally like take this to television. And so I was like, how can I do this first of all? And then also not wanting to create a reality show that has a negative connotation or
Right.
narrative,
Right.
because we know that that's what reality shows like to do.
Yes.
Positivity doesn't sell as much as we want it to sell. It's the negative thing that's always selling. And so I decided to put my own money behind it and produce it so that I could control the narrative.
I love it.
Hmm.
And I think that's really good. And I think we need more positivity
Mhm.
in this world.
Yep.
It's what we got to think about this. Everything that we're watching, everything that we're listening to,
Mhm.
everything that we're putting in is what we're putting out.
Yep.
So if you're putting in all this like drama and negativity
Mhm.
with what you're watching, with what you're listening to, that's what you're going to project out.
Yep. 100%.
Right?
You are so right.
So why do we
Absolutely.
continue on this? Like it's chaos. I mean, it's insanity.
Yeah.
We
it
are
is.
creating our own insanity daily by creating this hot mess
Yep.
of I mean, I can understand entertainment,
Yeah. Yeah.
but look at it only as entertainment. Don't
Mhm.
bring it in and let it come back out. Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
And bring in a lot more positivity in your life than just that. I'm not telling people don't watch your favorite TV shows. Don't get me wrong here. Okay.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
there are some shows that I like
Yeah.
that.
I like a little bit of ratchet TV too.
Exactly. I mean,
But again, it's to me, it's all in how you deal, because
right.
everybody has drama.
Mhm.
There's always stuff going on, but how can we learn to better deal with it and have a better outcome?
Absolutely.
But there, these television, I mean, and it's nothing new under the sun,
No.
right? It's just, becoming more and more acceptable. Now with the reality TV and social media, there's more content that can be put out there that is, like anybody can put anything out, and as
Yeah.
long as it's drama filled and it's raunchy and all that kind of stuff, then that, like you said, that's what they're creating. We're being
Yes.
programmed, we're being controlled, all of that. So my thing
Yes.
was, I'm going to invest in something that is going to tell a true tale. It's going to empower women. It's going to empower women within our community and outside, as far as business, as far as sexual health, as far as their personal life. So we have women, in this show that are on my team that got drama, they got stuff. So we've got one girl that's been, dating this guy in prison for almost 20 years. We
Wow.
have,
That's a long time,
it is a
too.
long time,
Ooh,
right?
okay.
And I mean, and that says a lot also about a person. Like, why do we as women, because I mean, I've been there, done that, feel
Right.
the need to be connected to somebody that we can't really be with, but we have self-esteem issues,
Yes.
you know what I mean? Just not loving ourselves or not feeling worthy enough to have more than that. We
Yes.
have a guy or a girl, somebody that says something that makes us feel loved, and then now we are now attached to them, committed to them, and it doesn't matter. And the relationships a lot of time are abusive, emotionally manipulative, all the
Yes.
different things, but we're just all seeking love and validation.
Yeah.
So how do we heal and become stronger and know our value and our worth and not settle for less, right?
Absolutely.
So then we have another girl, that's on, or woman that's on the show, that was married to a pastor. And when she got this business, the church actually threatened to remove the funding from her husband's church because she was now in this business. And this woman, just beautiful person, nothing about her, I would even say, is over the top that would have been threatening or anything like that. And she really just kind of catered to married couples. And the Bible says the marriage bed is undefiled. So
Right.
why can't she teach couples about empowering their lives in the bedroom?
Right.
And my thing was just like, again, going back to the men,
Mhm.
is that they're probably doing everything up under the sun behind closed doors. They don't want her to expose them, probably, I'm thinking,
Yeah, for
And so
sure.
that's control. It's
It
like,
is.
you're going to take the funding from this man's church where he's feeding a flock because of what this one person is doing in her personal life. Come on. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So we've had that. And, we've got like so many different situations where our lives are similar, but
Yeah.
also different. And we all have stuff that we're going through in life. How do we overcome that and also become financially stable? Because a lot of these women are single moms.
Mhm.
How has this business helped us, and how are we helping other women?
That's right.
So it's just following our lives and seeing how we interact together. And I mean, there's, a little bit of drama here and there, because we don't always agree, but we always come back full circle to, we love each other. You know
Yes.
what I mean? Like,
Yes.
okay, let's get over it. Let's move forward, because we're more powerful together than we are apart.
Right, right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's very I mean, and that's how I feel. That's how I feel like we need to incorporate that a lot more
Mhm.
in our relationships with all women. Just be more open-minded, be
Mhm.
more curious about getting to know somebody before judging them based
Yep.
off of what they might do for a career or
Mhm.
what they might do behind closed doors. Maybe somebody told you something that was not facts, but you're believing it because somebody else told it to you
Yep.
without being curious and finding out the facts for yourself.
Absolutely.
That's how a lot of the drama I feel definitely gets started. And social media is a big part of that because
Mhm.
there's a lot of bullying that happens on there.
Yep.
Somebody can post a picture of them and somebody makes a comment. If you
Yeah.
leave your comments open, and then somebody makes just a negative, very judgmental comment,
Mhm.
and then there it goes.
Yeah.
It's like a
And
whole
yeah.
chain now.
And people are they're committing suicide from
Yes.
these types of things. You know what I
Right.
mean? So, we've got to, and like with the show, I mean, I believe, and for those that have, heard the synopsis of it, the title is going to be called Life's a Party.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so for the people that have heard it, they're all saying like what you said, they're like, we are so ready for something positive. Like we're
Yes.
so tired of all the drama and the fighting. I love this concept. I can't wait to see it. So I'm just like, worst case scenario. I mean, if I change one person's life, you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like I've done my job. It'll be great if it turns into this huge successful thing and it can be franchised out because we can actually, go talk to so many other, like put this show around so many other women in pure romance. There's so many
Yes.
different teams, so many different facets of their lives and their children and, partners. Like people got stuff going on,
Yeah,
but we're
they
moving,
do.
we're moving through it. We're coming out on top. It's just, I could go on and on and on about the stories of women in this industry that are so strong. Like I feel like they all need to wear a damn cape. Like,
They're super women.
yes, they're so strong. Like, you would never
Yeah.
know what's going on behind the scenes, and they leave their homes, they go and do these parties and empower other women. They make money for their families. They come home, they've got kids, they've got special need kids, they've got husbands in the military or women in the military, and they're just doing it. And I think that that needs to be highlighted,
I think so.
you
I
know?
agree.
I mean, I'll tell you about the Latino community. We have like we have a warehouse in Puerto Rico, we're now in Mexico. I mean, we're all over. And so there have been women, Latino women that have been they've been controlled for a long
Yes.
time, not being able to make their own money, not being able to become legal citizens here or what have you. And it's just a different culture.
Right.
And so with their male partners, they've not been able to own their pleasure or even own, their lives financially. And this business is changing it. I mean, Diana, there are women making astronomical amounts of money.
There
They're
is.
retiring their husbands, right? So you talk about being put a power shift. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Right.
And
Yes.
they're like making money that they never like they don't some of them don't have more than a 6th grade education until they got into this industry and then they've learned, information about their bodies, they've gotten certified, and now they're making money they probably would have never seen in their lifetime
That's awesome.
through this vehicle. And it's just a beautiful thing to see. And to have your children watch this happen
Yeah.
empowers them for a whole nother generation. It's incredible.
That is incredible. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, but I got goosebumps. And I think that that's great because everything in life is there for educational
Mhm,
purposes, right?
mhm.
Everything we go through, everything that we need to be going through, it's all there for us to learn something from,
Yes,
right?
100%.
So, I know that you guys do a lot of educating
Mhm,
on why it's important for us women to be able to feel pleasure
mhm.
and not be ashamed of it.
Yep.
And I think a lot of that does come from past trauma experiences,
Heck yeah. All
you
day,
know?
every day.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of dysfunctional relationships,
Yes.
and where do people get help? Like I have girls come into the shopping room at my parties of every age. At one party, I had one girl in her 20s, one lady in her 50s, and this is a professional woman in her 50s that like she does counseling and things like that, and had a situation to where she had past trauma. She can't now please her husband at this time because her vagina is closed. Like, she doesn't know what to do, and a lot of this stuff is mental, but then translates physically.
Yes.
And then who do you talk to? Because a lot of doctors don't know and don't have this information. And doctors will tell you, like, this is not what we teach. We don't know about this, or we don't know how to tell our patients what to do. So
Right.
here I'm able to recommend a vaginal dilator. I'm able to recommend lubricant.
Right.
Then the younger girl, both of them had been sexually abused. The younger girl had been sexually abused by her brothers for many, many years. She
Ugh.
goes to a therapist, and a female therapist tells her, "You just have to get over it." Yes. Close your eyes and just lay there and just take it, and you just have to get over it. I was heartbroken for her. Yeah, like,
What?
what do you do with that?
Oh my gosh.
For her to, first of all, get the courage to go talk to anyone,
Right.
and then have them say this, and then now who do you go talk to?
That blows my
Oh,
mind.
and it's happening every day, all day.
Wow.
You just gotta get over it. Just, it happens. It's what happens. It's, whatever. You just get over it. You'll get over it.
So it sounds like she's desensitized because
Well, she's trauma. She's in a
that's
relationship with a guy that's in the military. Now he's got post-traumatic stress from,
Mhm.
Military. And then she has this trauma, which is also post-traumatic stress as well.
Mhm.
And she loves him and she wants to please him, but
Aw.
mentally and emotionally, she can't get there.
Right.
So she's
Yes.
asking me, "Do you have a product that can help me?" You know? So it's
Yes.
like, what we do, we are essential.
You are essential.
We
I
are
would have to agree.
essential. Yeah.
Yes.
Being
Yes.
able to build trust with people, have them talk with us privately and share things that they're not comfortable sharing with other people.
Right.
And it's just life-changing for some. And I hear people say, "You have no idea what you've done for my marriage. You have no idea what you've done for me. Oh my gosh, my husband's so excited now when I bring these products home." They're like, "Hey, are you going to another party? Have you talked to Angela?" Like, because they know when they get talk with me, like, okay, she's gonna be hot again. I'm gonna get some again. It's
Maybe you need to have another pure romance party, baby.
exactly. It's wonderful. I had a client
It
a
is.
couple of weeks ago that told, and I was so excited. She actually had a doctor that told her, "You need to find someone that sells these kind of products, and you need to introduce these into your marriage."
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
was excited to hear her say that, and she ordered, like, all the things. And she was
Oh,
just like,
I
"Okay,
love
I
it.
want this, I want this, I want this, I want this," because people want their relationships
They
to
do.
work. They
Yeah,
do.
absolutely. Absolutely. And why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that to work if
Yeah.
it's somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with?
Yep.
But again, like that PTSD and that trauma, I mean, yes, you want to not think of your past. You want to be able to let that go, but you also have to figure out a way that works best for you to be able to do so.
Mhm.
Right. And
100%.
it's going to take time,
Yeah.
especially depending on how long ago it was. And
Mhm.
it's going to come back. It always comes back.
Yep.
There are triggers in life
Yes.
that occur in things that you might just smell something
Mhm.
and it puts that trigger back on you.
You are so on point.
I've
Absolutely.
I've been there,
Yep.
so I know, but what I know to do is to breathe and remember that that happened to my past self.
Mhm.
My present self is a beautiful, strong, intelligent
Yes.
powerhouse of a woman,
Yes.
and that does not affect me anymore.
Absolutely.
And that person does not affect me anymore.
Nope.
So,
Nope.
and so just being able to, so that's why, oh my gosh, I'm just like listening to the things that you're sharing with me about this counselor and this poor young lady. And
Yeah.
it's just, that's what's creeping into my mind right now is wow.
Yep.
And I had to teach myself this. I didn't go to counseling. I probably should have.
Yeah, neither did I, because we were told you don't go
No.
tell your business. You don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you keep it
Yep.
in the family,
Yep.
whatever.
Yep.
So I think everyone could use therapy.
Absolutely.
Everyone,
Absolutely.
male, female, young, old, everything. Like, it's never too late to talk to someone. you
Absolutely.
know
Yeah.
and our children, I will never forget my daughter. I'm a mom of 5. My oldest is 29, my youngest is 9. And when my oldest daughter went with me to a party to assist, once she turned 18, she was able to come to a party with me. And I will never forget, on the way home, I had like a moment, like, oh my gosh. She says, "Mom," she says, "What's an orgasm?" And I was like, "What?" Like, here I am. She watched me educate these women on sexual health, and
Right.
my own child I had not educated.
Oh, yes.
because I wasn't educated and it was always a taboo topic.
Right.
So you were, I mean, I talked to her about sex, but it's always don't have sex. It's always don't have sex before
Yeah.
you get married.
Wait until you're married.
Right. But we don't talk to them about their anatomy and when your body, you start to feel things, things
Mhm.
are going to change. We don't, and damn, schools don't teach it,
No.
like they just don't. And
No.
so, I mean, and I don't know that I want my school teaching my kid, but I'm just saying like they don't teach them basic anatomy.
No.
And so things that, women don't know that if you're not exercising your vaginal muscle because your vagina is a muscle,
Yes.
you can have a uterine prolapse. Like your uterus can literally fall out of your body and women don't know this.
No, they don't.
Yeah, these things happen to their body and they're traumatized and then they go to a doctor that doesn't know what the hell to do and they're brutal. Like a lot of these doctors are brutal. Like I've heard horror stories of doctors that have just shoved the uterus back up into the woman. Like it's crazy. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
What?
and there are things that you can have pelvic floor therapy. You can use, Benoit balls or exerciser balls, yoni eggs, different things to exercise your, vaginal muscles, your PC muscles. But who's teaching this?
Right.
Besides us, nobody's really teaching it.
Yeah.
You
That's why I'm
know?
glad that, the founder of this, like she decided to just keep
Yes.
going.
Yep.
Because I feel like this is needed, it absolutely is. And we don't need those negative, judgmental, stereotypes or
Mhm.
stigmas on this any longer.
No.
We don't.
Nope.
Because like you said, like this affects our health.
Yes.
When we are not able to have that kind of pleasure, or like you said, use those muscles as
Yep.
much as we need to,
Mhm.
that then becomes a health issue.
Yes, indeed. Let me tell you, orgasms are some of the best antidepressants.
Right.
And that's something that, you see all these commercials about all this medication and antidepressant medication, and nobody's saying orgasms.
Right.
Orgasms. That's what I'm telling you. That right
Yes.
there
Yes.
it is definitely, as see Tiffany saying, self-love, care, and
Right.
satisfaction is a necessity. It absolutely is, And
Right.
that's what we need to tell people. Just something as simple as a hug. Like everything's not even about intercourse.
No.
Sex is not it's not about intercourse.
It's
It's
not.
about intimacy.
Yeah.
And just that, I mean, there's a cuddle hormone called oxytocin. Just, giving somebody a hug,
Right.
you don't know what you do to them emotionally.
And just smiling.
Yeah.
I've gotten so many people that have told me, "Oh my gosh, you have the most beautiful smile, and I really appreciate you smiling at me today.
Yep.
I needed your smile."
Yep.
And I'm like, "Wow, okay."
Mhm. Yes. Yes.
This is why I
indeed.
smile all the time, people. That's
Yes.
why. Because first of all, it makes me happy,
Yes.
right? And I want to be happy. I want to have a happy, joyful, peaceful, abundant, successful life.
Yes.
And those are all the things that I work and strive for every day.
Yes.
And a positive one.
Yeah.
Positive is huge. And balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Balance is big too. And if you're off, let me tell you, balance also is part of your sexual drive too.
Yes.
And
Oh,
your
yeah.
orgasm. You got to think about that's your sacrum, right?
Yep.
So you're all of your different chakras,
Mhm.
right? And this is your energy. If you don't believe in chakras, that's fine. But these are energies. We have these energies
We do.
surrounding and exuberating every day
Mhm.
on off our body.
Yes.
Okay. So there's my husband.
Hey,
Oh, what? All right. I'll have to let him in
Yeah.
just a minute.
And
But
women need to know that their brain is their
Right.
largest sex organ.
yes, I
And
agree.
so, yeah, you can get, I'll
Yeah, let
keep
me
it
get
going. Yeah.
yeah.
So a
Go ahead.
woman's
Tell him a little bit. I'll
brain,
get him in.
yeah, is your largest sex organ. So I need for women to know that whatever you are going through mentally, emotionally, sexually, if you don't have that drive anymore and you're wondering what's going on, it's affecting your relationship, I need you to know that no matter the age, you are not broken. You
That's
are
right.
not broken. If you're not feeling sexual, you've had babies, and now all of a sudden your drive is gone, all of that, you are not broken. And there are things that you can learn about yourself, at your body at any age. There are products I like to call it, we have cheat codes, help
Yes.
you cheat a little bit, and just, wake things up.
Yeah.
The body needs to be, awakened. And again, just your mind, you have things that block, your feeling. And when you talk about your chakras, all your energy is everything.
It is.
I always say it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so you need to be pressing and taking care of each one of those energies because if you don't, that's what causes depression. That's what causes
Yes.
anxiety
Yep.
and all of these different feelings and emotions that are not as positive that you're going to have them. We're going to have it and
Yep.
it's okay,
Yep.
but it's not okay to hold on to it and keep it.
Nope.
So these are
Gotta
one of
let
the
it
things.
go.
Yes, exactly. And stress.
Yes.
This is so good for stress.
Orgasms help to relieve stress. Telling
Right?
you, yes.
Stomach pain,
Yeah.
headaches.
Yep.
Don't tell your man you have a headache.
No, because that's pressure. If you release that pressure, I think about all the movies that have said that all the time. Oh no, baby, I've got a headache. That's when you need to have sex.
That's
You
exactly
need an
right.
orgasm.
Yes.
Absolutely, at that time. Menstrual cramps.
Right?
All those things.
Yes.
Surprisingly, it's just like, no, I've got cramps. Oh, yeah, have an orgasm. You'll be fine.
Right. And if your man doesn't like to do it in that time of the month, there are other things that you can use to help with that too.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep, absolutely.
You need to have parties so that she can explain some of that to you.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely. And by the way, my parties are free for anyone that's listening, watching. It doesn't cost anything to have me come do a party in person, or if you live out of state, or I do some parties out of state. We can do Zoom parties. I also do consultations, with couples, singles, all of that. So yeah, I provide a free service where that's concerned. And it's just the products that I actually show you that what can help you that you would actually purchase. And that's how I'm compensated.
Right. Absolutely.
Mhm.
And so just so we're clear, like parties are just for women.
Yes. Thank you.
But you do have consultations
Yep.
where you can meet with the husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever
Yep.
relationship you're in. We
Absolutely.
don't discriminate, guys. So
Yep. Yep. And I've got a lot of great free, information on TikTok. So if you follow me on TikTok, I'm the Energizer Beauty.
Energizer Beauty.
Energizer Beauty on TikTok, and a lot of great videos on there as well.
Awesome. Okay. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited for the things that you've got coming and that are going to be
Thank you.
coming. And for us, I'm going to watch your show.
Yes, I'm super
Yeah.
excited.
So
Yes.
if you ever want to
Great thing Tiffany says also,
Oh.
she talked about having a party and that she earned free stuff. So that's important to know too.
Yes.
When you host a party, you get free stuff for hosting. So
Aw.
I forgot
Well,
about
and thank you, Javier, for adoring us both. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Javier.
Awesome.
Yes.
Oh, and Tiffany said messed up therapist too. I was gonna and hello
Yeah.
and thank you guys, all of you that are listening and watching us. We really appreciate this. This is great educational stuff for you guys. I know we're gonna have to end it soon.
Yeah.
I definitely want to have you back on unless you are going to start your own show. I mean, we didn't really touch base on that much more, but
We'll see what happens.
we'll see what happens.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. I know you got a lot on your plate already. I know how that goes.
Yes, indeed.
Sometimes I add too much too. I got to say no.
Yes. But yes, please, you guys follow me on TikTok. Again, I'm the Energizer Beauty. On Facebook, it's just my name. It's Angelia Robinson, but it looks like Angelia. So it's Angelia. Last name is Robinson. On Instagram, I am official, Angelia Robinson official. And get my book, Angelia Robinson. It's Who Are You?
Yes.
Tales of a Survivor.
Yes. Thank you, Angela, for coming on the
Thank
show
you,
with me.
Lady Diana.
Oh, I love you. I love you. I love you guys. Y'all have an amazing, amazing week. Diana signing off.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, JOCO Community Radio.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair, the world's lightest wheelchair, is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581. 877-247-1581.
Out of dead carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they've got you covered.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Went to bed with a smile on my face. If not for your letters, I'd go crazy in this place. Cold-air cuts through my sheet just like a knife. I lay here with my eyes closed with you on my mind. Take a glance back at my life. If not for the choices I made, I'd be home with you tonight. 2 a.m., halfway through another night. If not for you, I'd give up this fight. 2 hearts bound together by love. You're the only one I need. I wanna spend my days wrapped up in you. Baby, all I want is you. It's your love that carries me through this time. And time is all I have. I can do this as long as I know you're there to catch me when I fall. Two hearts bound together, my love. Baby, you're the only one I need. I wanna spend my days wrapped up in you. Baby, all I want is you. Two hearts bound together, my love. Baby, you're the only one I need. I wanna spend my days wrapped up in you. Baby, all I want is you. 2 a.m. halfway through another night.
I was a boy, I'd spend my days at my favorite record store and the local arcade. Kids these days just don't give a damn about anything outside the little screen in their hands. I miss back when whole albums were good, when my heroes stood for something and we marked where they stood. It's hard to sit by and watch it wither away. I got that bulldozer in my memories almost every day. They're turning us into rubble and relics. We fought for the selling, now they're selling us to. We're just black and red and charts and lost and profits. Out with the old and then with the new. Make way for the chosen, say where we go to. In the spring of '89, the record shop went under when the chain stores were right. Nobody wept when they met with their end, but a few of us remember just how cool it had been. I miss the days when we'd sneak out the shows, singing songs of teenage fury just to piss off our folks. Now I look at the world and all that I see are the cold eyes of the future inside a machine. They're turning us into rubble and relics. But they were selling, now they're selling us too. We're just black and red and charts and lost and profits. Out with the old and then with the new. Make way for the chosen, say where they go to. Where they go to. Turning us into rubble and relics. We bought what they were selling, now they're selling us too. We're just black and red in the charts and lots of profits. Out with the old and in with the new. Make way for the chosen, say where they go to.
I see you sitting there across the room, loving life like you always do. You know, girl, how you drive me crazy. You hear a song of old Mexico, and how you hear the storm clouds roll, and you start to smile and you catch my eye. Now I know we won't be leaving for a while. You don't say a word, you just look at me and smile. 'Cause it's those little things that drive me crazy. Like the way you stare at me, baby. Like the way you pull back your hair. Do all the different things you wear. It's those little things that drive me crazy. Now when you walk, I always smile. Heads turn when you walk by, when they finally see what it is I see. You can't tell all the time. You're not short, you're just fun size, that's all I say.